Here are my quick thoughts on the Project Hail Mary movie. I was very pleasantly surprised by this film. I went into it not knowing much about it, but I knew the director's previous works. I'm a massive fan of Clay with the Chance of Meatballs, the Lego movie, and both Jump Street movies. I think they're all great, really funny comedy movies, but when you look at what Project Hail Mary is and what they were, they're so very, very different films. A few years ago that the guys that did those movies were going to make a sci-fi movie that rivaled Interstellar, I would have laughed in your face. I just didn't think they had it in them. But this film was just, honestly, I had so much fun with it. Visually, it gave me an orgasm. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, go and see this in the cinema. Go see it in IMAX. Go see it in just the best quality that you possibly can, because it's amazing. Ryan Gosling, his performance in it is the best that I've seen him. And I haven't seen him in a lot of movies. I've never been a massive fan of him, but this movie made me really like him as an actor. He's just so charismatic. He's just so funny. He's a real leading man. I thought the emotional beats in it were really good. Rocky is just a fantastic character, and honestly, the fact that this film made you care about a sentient rock just shows how well it was written. And honestly, if anything had happened to Rocky, I would have just thrown hands, because I was so emotionally invested in him and the story and everything that was going on. However, I would have liked to have seen Rylan react to his memories coming back a lot more. Like, there was some big reveals that were shown to us towards the end of the film, much like him getting drugged to be put onto the ship because he rejected actually going. I would have liked to have seen how he processed that, because then that would have affected his decision to not go back to Earth a lot more, but we didn't really get to see that. I also didn't like how at the very end of the movie they gave him another chance to go home, because I thought that it really minimized the impact of his eventual sacrifice. I just thought that they should have just left it and allowed him to make that choice, that very hard decision to stay away from Earth and to live out the rest of his life with Rocky on his planet. All in all, I think that it was a fantastic, fantastic movie. It was obviously very heavily inspired by Interstellar, but I think it was still able to carve out its own identity to be its own thing, but it should still be put up in terms of quality with Interstellar. Personally, I still prefer Interstellar, and I think the highs of Interstellar are a lot higher than Project Hail Marys, but the lows for Interstellar were a lot lower than Hail Marys. So I think all in all, they sort of even out a little bit. So if you were to put Project Hail Mary above Interstellar, then I wouldn't complain about that, because I think genuinely it deserves to be put up there, especially with the best sci-fi movies of all time. If you loved Interstellar, if you love sci-fi, if you love Ryan Gosling, if you like just fun family comedies, then go and watch Project Hail Mary, because you will have a blast with it.